everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you the entire process of how I purchase my designer bags from start to finish. So if you are interested in hearing more, then please keep on watching. So really quickly before we start the video, the goal here is to avoid what I call luxury regrets. I've actually done an entire video on the subject, so if you are interested in seeing mine, if you want to go ahead and see my luxury regrets, then I will leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. These regrets really suck. I think that we've all had them, but by taking these few steps and by considering these things and then doing some research, they should be avoidable. So I'm not going to lie, I'm heavily influenced by both Instagram and YouTube. So usually I will have seen the bag online, at least on either one of these platforms, before I get interested in it. And of course that's not the only step, otherwise this video would be ridiculous. That's the first step, but after that, I don't just go ahead and purchase it. Otherwise, that's when I would have these luxury regrets. And I feel like when I started my collection, that's kind of what I was doing. I was seeing a piece online and then I went to try it in store, thought, it looks kind of nice, and then got it. And then, a couple of years later, I was like, why did I get this? This does not fit my style at all. So you will hear the next steps are really key in this process to avoid luxury regrets. So the second category falls under style or wearability, and that's actually some personal consideration that's really important to me. So basically the question is, does it fit my style? Does it fit the clothes that I already have, the colors that I wear more often? Which occasions would I be able to wear this bag for? Would it be an everyday type of bag, or on the contrary, would it be more something of like an occasion type or an evening bag? And then also, does this bag look good on me? Does it fit my body frame? Personally, I'm really tall. I'm actually 5'11" or 180 centimeters. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I repeat this on and on. But it is quite a special height, and for that reason, when I see these bags online, on girls on Instagram or YouTube, and they're 5'2", I think that it looks amazing on them. But then when I try it on, it looks absolutely ridiculous. So for me, that's something really important to consider, both for the bag and then for its accessories as well. So if we think like chain length, length of strap, thickness of strap, all these things are really important, especially if you have like a particular body frame, if you're either really tall or really short or really skinny, or on the contrary, you enjoy finer things in life. I think that these things are important considerations before you start even going into the store. So the third category has to do with my already existent bag collection. And so here the question that you need to be asking yourself is, do I need this bag in my bag collection right now? Does it perhaps fill a gap? By the way, if you are interested in seeing the roughly speaking current state of my bag collection this year, then I will go ahead and leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. I think that it's a really important consideration because if a bag is redundant, if you already have a similar handbag, then you're not going to use it quite as much, and then you might be tempted to tell yourself, oh, I'm just going to resell it, or I'm going to leave it in a box forever. That's what I would do. So anyway, that's something that's really important to consider. And then also, is it something that's like an investment piece, or on the contrary, is it a trend? Personally, I'm not really into buying trends. I feel like, my hard-earned money would be best used elsewhere, especially with pieces from Bottega Veneta, from Jacquemus. These are all brands that I'm like really careful around because I'm afraid that, it's not gonna last a really long time. So personally, I'm mostly interested in functional bags as well as investment pieces for my luxury bag collection. The next category has to do with money, and here the question that you need to be asking yourself is, does this bag really fit my budget? Is it a good value for your money? Is it something that is going to last you a long time or that you're going to use a lot? Or on the contrary, is it something that's gonna like come and go and that you're not gonna use that much? Those are some really, really important questions. I would also say, and this is obviously about your general budget, you know, with like housing expenses, car, etc. Is it a smart financial move right now for you to be buying this purse? Or on the contrary, would the money be better spent elsewhere, you know, doing house renovations or buying a new car or anything like that? And then finally, the last question that I can recommend that you ask yourself is, what would happen if I bought this bag in a year? Like a year from now, would I be either saving money or losing money by buying this purse later and not exactly right now? And so here, usually it's obviously a good sign if you tell yourself that you'll be saving money by buying it right now. And I feel like it is the case very often, you know, with purses such as like Chanel or even Dior, the prices keep going up. And so obviously by waiting, I don't think that you're necessarily saving yourself a bunch of money. However, if you are looking at YSL bags or Chloe bags or anything like that, then you know you might want to take advantage of a sale. So that is also something to keep in mind when thinking about purchasing a designer bag. The next step is to do some research, and for me, research always has to be conducted in person. Because of my height, because I am so tall, I feel like a bag can look totally different on me than it can look on a girl who's 5'2". So obviously I read reviews at first, but I always have to go try it on in person in the store. I would not honestly go ahead and purchase a bag online without having tried it on at first. Even though you may be able to return it, I feel like for me this would be a waste of time because trying it on in store is such an important part of the process. Some bags just look amazing on shorter girls, and I feel like, you know, most people are not 5'11". I think you have to be kind of aware or self-aware of your, you know, shortcomings. Most people are not 5'11", and so I need to take that into account. You know, when I see a review or anything, I know that this may not be written by somebody who's my height. And so for me, trying it on in person cannot be surpassed. Absolutely not. And finally, the last step is to compare prices. So here the question that you need to be asking yourself is, where can I get this particular bag for the cheapest? And while I feel like for some brands such as Chanel, you are definitely out of luck because unfortunately bags are not sold at sales, at private sales. You may have some luck if you are willing to buy on the pre-loved market, but if you want a new bag, this isn't going to happen for you. However, if we look at brands such as Chloe or YSL, they often have sales, first of all, in the store. Second of all, they also have outlets, which would be really interesting because you would benefit from the outlets prices while still having a brand new piece. They also have them in department stores such as Bloomingdale's or Neiman Marcus or Saks. And there you might be able to benefit from a coupon, especially if you purchase online. These places often have like a 10% off or something like that. Value for your money, which may be helpful. And then the last place where I would look would be retailers' websites such as Farfetch, which again have these like coupon codes that you might use. Some really big influencers carry them, for example, for Farfetch, but there's also, you know, My Theresa, etc. So there's really many options. So depending on the type of bag that you're purchasing, and obviously, you know, whether it's new, whether it's pre-loved, or whether it's Chanel or another brand, or Chanel or Hermes, or another brand, then I think that, you know, you may be able to have a little bit of like room when it comes to the price, and you may be able to find a cheaper price if either you wait or you look at the right spot. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was interesting for you to hear my thoughts and also my process of how I buy my designer bags. Obviously, this process will be different for everyone, but I think that following a process and sticking to a few important considerations is really the key in avoiding these luxury regrets that are so bad. I think that we all have them and we all hate them so much. So really, if you can think of these few things, you should have no problem avoiding them. So if you actually enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.